I'd have punched him if I met him in real life. I wouldn't have, you know, once upon a time I was actually a fan of Star Wars, but not anymore. Nah, well, not anymore. It's not like I just recently decided, nah, there's nothing to be a fan of anymore. It was actually a couple of months ago, and I just kind of sat there, sat in my chair, just thinking, and then a thought came from nowhere, and just hit me. What am I a fan of? And then I started thinking a little more about it. I'm basically just a fan of 2 amazing movies, 1 amazing video game, and maybe 1 or 2 great comics.
Jensen, I just tried to unlock the assembly lab door, but my override codes aren't working. Someone's changed the protocols.
What? Didn't you plug the...
I'm on it. But until I find this particular breach and fix it, you'll have to hack the door manually. Pritchard out.
That's about it. Like, there's nothing, I mean, it's not like Star Wars games are in any way good on their own merits. I'm pretty sure that if you took away Star Wars from any Star Wars game, or the prequels for that matter, they would have been shit. The only reason why people give Star Wars a free fucking ride is because it's Star Wars, and that pissed me off. Because I was like that. As soon as I saw something that was Star Wars, that had Star Wars in it, I thought, ooh, this looks interesting. That clouded my fucking judgment. So I thought, you know what? One day I just said, fuck it, alright? No more. I'm not gonna support this greedy fucking asshole who just keeps on fucking up the past and the fucking present and probably the future too. I won't be surprised if he makes, you know, episode 7, 8 and 9 and uses old stock footage from the original movies and tries to cram in some kind of remnant plot about how the rebels or the new Republic are hunting down the remnant Imperial troops or whatever, and like the Mandalorians come back and they're aided by the new Sith Order. They're these fanatical Darth Vader people. I'm like, nah, I'm fucking done. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there. Well, I know there are, who say, you know, shut up. It's not a big deal. Well, no and yes. It's not a big deal for you, and it isn't for me either. I mean, it's not like I won't be able to go to sleep tonight. I don't give a shit. I still have the copies of the old ones. I can just watch them. It's just the premise that he has to go back and change shit that were already fine. They were perfect as the way they were. And I'm pretty sure that some diehard fans are like, yeah, we support George Lucas, whatever he does, and you know, that's when you remember that fan is short for fanatic. That's great. Yeah, keep sucking his cock, no matter what he does. That's fantastic. But yeah, much love to the whole Star Wars franchise. Much love to Lucas. I can't wait to see the next thing he's gonna fuck up. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna remake the old Indiana movies, and I don't know. Who knows? I don't even want to think about it. Like, who knows what he's gonna do? But yeah, that's Georgie boy. That's our Georgie boy. Never contend. That blah, blah. Oh well. I wonder how the Knights of the Old Republic is gonna fare. I wonder if people are gonna be all like, yeah, this is fantastic because it's a good game, or if people are gonna be, oh yeah, this is fantastic because it's BioWare and Star Wars, but the game is actually pretty shit. Well, they won't say that it's shit, but you know what I mean. I'm actually pretty curious to see how it turns out. I used to want, I wanted to play it, the Old Republic before I woke up from my eternal slumber of ignorance. but now I can't be bothered. There are too many awesome games coming out anyways, and I don't have time or the energy or the will for another MMO. I spent a couple of years on World of Warcraft and it was fun. It was. But I can't say I miss it. Well, I don't miss it at all. After Wrath of the Lich King, everything just became shit, and I don't feel like I missed anything at all. Which is a shame, because I know that a lot of Warcraft veterans kind of sad that it's so easy now, and that and that it's not vanilla anymore. Yeah, my sympathies, guys. My fucking sympathies. I know how it is. But hey, when you make something mainstream, you make it a little more appealing to the masses. Obviously, the downside of this is that when you do this, you make it... There's a chance that you're making it far too bland for anyone to enjoy it. And then you kind of fucked up bad there as well, haven't you? And we don't like blandness. We want, I won't say an auteur to have like a vision and just fanatically go after it and to realize it, but you know, games like movies are a collaborative effort. There are a lot of different ideas floating around, and that's how it should be. A lot of different ideas melting together, merging together, and you know, creating this mixtape of awesome different ideas that hopefully all work together and they don't become, you know, thinly spread or schizophrenic or disjointed or anything like that, but they actually work together. I think a good example of a game that's very schizophrenic and stupid is the new Duke Nukem Forever. It looks like it's gonna suck forever. That game got bounced around between a lot of different developers, and the end result, as we all know, is it's shit. I guess everybody expected that, and then there's a lot of people defending it. Oh, you gotta be in the mindset of the 90s when they started making it, or else you can't appreciate it. You have to put on the nostalgia glasses to appreciate it. But I really have to quote the video game critic Yahtzee. If you watch him, you know who he is. If you don't, he's an amazing dude. Pretty funny. He's pretty spot on basically every game he's ever criticized about what's wrong with it. And he made this kind of joke spoof review about Duke Nukem, and he said that if it isn't the Titanic masterpiece video game that is forever going to alter the way we view video games as a medium, and it is going to spark a revolution in culture as a whole, if it isn't that, then me and every other reviewer are going to saw its bollocks off. That's basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing, and I agree. A game takes 12 years. And I mean, do you expect anything other than perfect? I know people who have who have pre-ordered the game back way in the day, and they have fucking kids now, and they're playing it now, and they're like, meh, like meh. I guess it's all right. I mean, 12 years for a meh? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you fucking shitting me? I mean, fuck that. They fucked up bad on Duke Nukem, but that was because they were riding on that success train, and they basically had infinite funds until the funds finally ran out, because they noticed that when you continuously pour money into something, but you don't get the product out, so that the product can make you money, then shit, you're eventually gonna run out of money. Imagine that. Nah, the whole Duke Nukem. I mean, I love the. I don't know if it's the first game, Duke Nukem 3D, or whatever the fuck it was called. But I fucking love that. I used to play it a lot as a kid. And I mean, 12 years. I mean, wow. How much was it? Was it 12 years? 14? 12, 10, something. I know that it's around 10 years. They fucked up bad, man. They fucked up real fucking bad on Duke Nukem. And once again, I went from Deus Ex ending to Duke Nukem and how much this sucked. Or how much it sucks, actually. It still sucks, I presume. Which, anybody who pre-ordered it and got it and were really disappointed, you know, my sympathies, really. I mean, that's fucking awful. But yeah, back to Star Wars. Just to sum it all up. I mean, if you like, there are like a couple of Star Wars games that I like. I mean, Shadows of the Empire is one of those games that I actually played it not too long ago, and it still held up. It was still a great game. I really liked Shadows of the Empire. One of my absolute favorite games ever is Knights of the Old Republic. And, well, BioWare just did a ridiculously awesome job there. But what I feel, what pisses me off is that people give Star Wars a free ride just because it's Star Wars. That's wrong. If something is good on its own merits, then that's fine. But a lot of times I feel like people give Star Wars games or Star Wars comic books or Star Wars books or Star Wars movies or whatever the fuck Star Wars, they give them a lot more praise than they deserve just because it's Star Wars, just because it has that nostalgia factor from the times gone by, and that's fucking wrong. That's not an appropriate way to judge if something is good or not. I mean, yeah, I mean, fine, we get it. We really love Star Wars Episode 4 and 5. I guess 6 a little bit. It's not as good as 5 or 4. 5 is definitely my personal favorite movie of all the Star Wars movies. Well, not recently. I saw all the Star Wars movies not too long ago, and it's insane. It's insane how good those 3 original movies are. Especially 5. When I saw 6, I really got the sense that by this point Lucas he didn't give a fuck about Star Wars anymore. He just wanted to milk the franchise for as much as he could. You could see that on many different things. People have been saying that, you know, the Ewoks, but nah, I just feel that everything was just, I mean, a good way of noticing when an auteur or a director or whatever has lost his passion for what he does is when he starts to clutter his shit with stuff that he can later turn into other stuff. Like Episode 6 is just a perfect example. Prior to Episode 6, all the movies' toys were kind of like the byproduct of the movies. But in Episode 6, you could really notice that Lucas was just shoving as much shit on screen as he could just to make toys. Like that was his main focus. That was his #1 priority. And as a kid, of course I didn't notice it. As a kid, you're an idiot, but now when I watched it recently, just sucks. Like, I get this really like greedy feeling, like he just wants to boost his own ego rather than telling a really good story. And you know, you saw all the battles and the ships flying and shooting up everything and people dying, things blowing up, and I don't know. There was just there's a really like a really really egotistical like spirit throughout the movie.